Welcome to the Quantum Nexus, where every story challenges what you believe to be real. There are mornings that don't feel new. They feel remembered, as if the world has already lived this sunrise 1,000 times, rehearsing the motion of light across glass and concrete. You walk through it slowly, unsure if this is the first time or the echo of something that already happened. Maybe time folds here in this fragile moment before thought returns. Maybe the wind that brushes your skin carries the residue of tomorrows that tried to reach you before you were ready. In this stillness, you sense it, a pulse beneath the calm, the faint murmur of a future that already knows your name. You're not beginning again. You're re-entering a pattern that has always been waiting. I once thought the future was something distant, hidden beyond the fog of tomorrow. But now I wonder if it isn't the other way around. If the future is the one watching us, shaping every hesitation, every choice before we make it. Maybe each decision is not creation but memory, an echo from the life we've already lived in another strand of time. You pause, feeling that strange pull, that déjà vu that never truly leaves. It's not confusion. It's recognition, the quiet realization that your story has been written more than once. And still, each version waits for your awareness to make it real. The glass trembles. Two reflections align for a breath, and you see both the person you are and the one you were meant to become. The air feels heavy with forgotten timelines. You walk through corridors of dust and echoes, and every sound seems familiar, like an answer to a question you never asked. Time doesn't move here. It reverberates, circling endlessly between cause and effect. Every moment that has ever happened still hums beneath the surface, vibrating softly in the bones of the world. You touch a wall and feel it, the pulse of everything that has ever been. It's almost comforting, knowing that nothing truly disappears. It just shifts, waits, finds new form. Maybe that's what déjà vu is, the echo of the world remembering itself through us. And maybe when we feel lost, it's not the absence of direction, but the overlap of too many paths calling at once. We imagine time as a road, but it's not. It's a landscape, endless and circular. The traveler never moves forward. They move deeper, across layers of what already exists. Each step we take sends vibrations through this terrain, creating ripples that will one day return to us. Sometimes they return as coincidences, as dreams, as people we were always meant to meet. The desert hums softly, each grain of sand reflecting the shimmer of 1,000 possible lives. You realize that destiny isn't a path but a pattern, and that pattern repeats until it's understood. You walk not toward the future, but into its echo, one that has been waiting for you since the first moment you ever imagined tomorrow. Time doesn't pass. It resonates. Each second is not moving forward but expanding outward, circles within circles, moments overlapping in quiet harmony. Somewhere in those vibrations, we exist more than once. Perhaps that's why we sense things before they happen, or dream of places we've never been. The mind touches the echo of its own unfolding. You feel it in your pulse, in the soft pull of recognition that defies reason. Maybe the future isn't ahead, but beneath everything, humming, patient, inevitable. We don't travel through time. We awaken inside it, again and again, each heartbeat a reminder that eternity has always been close enough to touch. The rain speaks in patterns older than language. Each drop carries weight, a repetition that feels like meaning. You close your eyes, listening. Somewhere within the rhythm, you recognize your own heartbeat echoing back. The universe repeats itself endlessly, not out of monotony but out of love for refinement. It keeps sending us versions of the same lesson until we understand. You think of all the times life has felt familiar, all the moments that looped back to test you once more. Maybe every fall of rain, every echo, every repetition, is the cosmos trying to remind you that growth doesn't come from change, but remembrance. The distance between today and tomorrow is smaller than breath. Every thought you have reaches forward, brushing against its own reflection in the days ahead. You are constantly in dialogue with what has not yet happened. Sometimes it whispers through dreams, other times it roars through instinct. And as you stand beneath the collapsing horizon, you understand. The future doesn't wait, it answers. Every decision, every silence, every heartbeat, an echo sent across the unseen fabric of existence. And somewhere beyond all knowing, that echo is already returning, carrying your own voice from tomorrow. The more you look at the world, the more it feels like it's remembering you. Every movement, every sound, they return, adjusted slightly as if testing your attention. Maybe that's what awakening truly is. Not discovering something new, but finally recognizing what was always there. You notice how the ocean folds back on itself, how each wave remembers its previous collapse. The rhythm is exact. It's almost sacred. You realize the future behaves the same way, pulling us forward, retreating, reshaping us until we learn its pattern. We mistake this repetition for fate, but it's really a conversation. The universe asks the same question until you finally answer with presence. Every choice you've ever made still echoes through unseen corridors of time. Somewhere each possibility continues. Every yes, every no, alive in its own rhythm. The universe doesn't erase paths, it archives them. And sometimes when the night is quiet enough, we feel their weight pressing softly against our present. You touch the water and it ripples outward, but the echo returns faster than expected. It carries something strange, recognition, maybe, or déjà vu in liquid form. It's not an illusion, it's resonance. The soul doesn't move forward, it oscillates, endlessly revisiting every moment it could have been. Maybe that's why regret feels so familiar, because part of us is still there, standing at the fork hearing the same echo repeat. What will you choose this time? Sometimes the future doesn't arrive as vision, it arrives as sound. A faint hum, a whisper at the edge of thought. You pause listening. It's not the wind, it's language, older than words. It tells you to pay attention, because every time you do, the pattern shifts. Every breath is participation. You realize the future isn't written by grand decisions, but by small moments of awareness and the instant you choose to look, to listen, to be. The forest seems to breathe with you. The whispers grow clearer. They say your name not as identity, but as frequency. You remember suddenly, time isn't happening to you. You are what time sounds like when it tries to speak. You've walked this street before, maybe not in this lifetime, but in the echo of another. The air feels rehearsed. The light bends the same way, the silence too precise to be random. And in that instant, something shifts. You understand that repetition isn't imprisonment, it's calibration. The universe fine-tunes your awareness with each loop, aligning your perception until you finally see the truth hiding in plain sight. The figure ahead doesn't move. It's you. Another version, paused in waiting. When your eyes meet, time folds. There's no fear, only understanding. You were never following destiny. You were tracing your own reflection, stretched across the dimensions of choice. We measure time in numbers, but the soul measures it in recognition. Some moments stretch beyond logic. They feel too wide, too deep to belong to a single second. Maybe that's because we're touching all versions of ourselves at once. The clock beneath the water keeps turning, but it's no longer counting. It's remembering. You realize that every delay, every pause, every detour, they weren't mistakes. They were synchronization points. The universe doesn't rush. It waits for consciousness to catch up. And when it does, time expands around it, offering endless roads to the same awakening. That's the secret hidden inside patience. It's not waiting, it's alignment. You begin to feel lighter, as if shedding invisible weight you didn't know you carried. Each grain of sand rises, defying gravity, mirroring the quiet rebellion inside you. The echoes no longer haunt, they harmonize. Maybe destiny isn't about following a line, but remembering your own vibration within it. The world seems to slow down, not because time stopped, but because you finally matched its rhythm. For the first time, you're not chasing meaning, you're becoming it. The wind lifts around you like a memory unfolding backward. Every choice you ever made is forgiven in this instant, because you realize it was never about right or wrong, only resonance. From above, everything makes sense. The chaos forms patterns. The noise reveals music. You see how every action, every word, every silence contributes to the rhythm of existence. The echoes of tomorrow aren't haunting the present. They're guiding it. You realize that fate and free will are the same song, played from opposite ends of time. The air trembles around you as light floods the sky. You understand now. Awareness doesn't quite change the future. It connects you to the part of it that has already awakened. The scene fades in gold, infinite and still. Somewhere in that light, the echo calls again. And this time, you answer. The world starts to move faster, as if the illusion of stillness has finally broken. Every sound sharpens, every color vibrates. You feel the pulse of everything aligning, all versions of you converging in one electric second. The echoes you once chased are now inside you, resonating like thunder beneath your skin. You're not hearing the future anymore. You're becoming its frequency. The streets stretch endlessly, but you no longer walk. You flow. You are motion, vibration, consequence. Every light you pass feels like an answer. Every reflection flashes back with recognition. The boundary between thought and reality dissolves, and for the first time you understand nothing is ahead of you, it's all happening now. Information becomes a storm. You sense it moving through you. A torrent of signals, memories, possibilities colliding in perfect chaos. Time folds and expands like breathing metal. You feel the push and pull of infinite choices, each one leading to a version of yourself waiting somewhere across the spectrum. And then you realize, the future doesn't arrive as a straight line, but as an explosion. Every second you live detonates into countless outcomes, all happening simultaneously. You're not lost. You're multiplied. You can almost see it now, the shimmering web of decisions stretching through the dark. The universe isn't testing you, it's reflecting you. And for the first time, you stop running from your own reflection. The storm isn't outside, it's inside. The lightning cracks through your thoughts, illuminating memories you thought were gone. You see every version of yourself, the ones who waited, the ones who ran, the ones who never spoke. Each flash feels like an echo collapsing back into its source. The rain falls upward, defying gravity, and time bends with it. You remember the question the universe has been asking all along, were not, who are you becoming, but can you finally hear yourself? And in that sound, something bursts. Fear evaporates. You are the storm and the silence between strikes, the chaos and the calm that follows. You see the fragments now, thousands of lives, choices, mistakes, victories, all scattered across time like glass. Each reflection hums with energy, calling for your attention. But instead of confusion, you feel clarity. Every shard is you, refracted through the lens of possibility. You realize you were never broken. You were infinite, misunderstood only by your own desire for linearity. You reach toward one fragment and it moves toward you, merging into your hand. The city vibrates, mirrors reassembling into a single reflection, and in it, you see not one face, but many, coexisting in the same moment, all of them looking back with recognition. The universe exhales, and you feel yourself drawn toward its center. The speed is impossible yet peaceful, like returning to something you've always known. Every heartbeat synchronizes with cosmic rhythm. The concept of after vanishes. All that exists is unfolding now. You realize the future isn't coming from ahead, it's emerging from within you. You are the echo and the source, the question and the reply. Time has been orbiting your awareness, waiting for you to notice that everything you've been searching for has been waiting at the core of your own consciousness. The light draws closer, but it's not blinding. It's recognition. You inhale, and reality bends. Every law you've ever trusted liquefies into motion. The mind, unbound, begins to remember its true architecture. You feel memories that don't belong to this lifetime, sensations that come from beyond human comprehension. You're not watching the universe. You're inside it, shaping it with thought alone. The echoes you once feared have become your language. You speak in resonance, in vibration, in intention. Every movement becomes a declaration, every breath a signature across space. The energy builds until silence feels impossible, until everything is pure motion. And then, suddenly, it stops. The silence after chaos feels holy. You stand there, suspended between what was and what will be. Every echo has returned home. The air feels electric, yet peaceful, a knowing calm after revelation. You realize that nothing truly ends, it only changes form. The storm wasn't destruction, it was alignment. Every vibration, every sound, every flash led to this still point where awareness stands alone, fully awake. Tomorrow isn't coming anymore. It's already here, alive inside you. You exhale, and for the first time, the world exhales with you. You rise beyond the world you once called home. The sky is no longer blue. It's liquid gold, bending around a silent heartbeat that fills the void. You can feel the architecture of the universe vibrating through you. Stars pulse like neurons, galaxies expand like lungs. It's overwhelming yet peaceful, a paradox that feels right. You begin to understand that creation was never external. It was always the reflection of awareness exploring itself. You are not a traveler through time. You are the space that time travels through. Every echo that once haunted you now sings in harmony. Every fragment of self aligns into one vast frequency. The universe looks back, and you finally recognize its face as your own. You see how everything connects, not metaphorically, but literally. Every thought, every action, every vibration is a thread in this cosmic web. The geometry is alive, glowing with awareness. You realize that free will isn't separate from destiny. It's the mechanism that destiny uses to become conscious. Each decision you've made lights up a new connection across the network, an electric bridge between lifetimes. The design is breathtaking, infinite yet personal, mathematical yet emotional. You finally see that chaos was never real. It was order too complex to recognize. The web pulses once, and every light flickers in unison, as if the entire universe just exhaled through your soul. The end and the beginning unfold together. You watch as the explosion of everything contracts into singularity, not destruction, but rebirth. You feel gravity pulling at your mind, bending thought into silence. There's no fear here, only awe. The universe isn't ending, it's remembering. Every cycle of creation and collapse is a heartbeat of something eternal. You realize now, time isn't linear, it's recursive. Every moment contains its own seed, looping endlessly until awareness blooms. You are that awareness, the witness and the flame. As the light folds into itself, you sense a truth too vast for words. The future was never ahead. It's the memory of the present realizing itself. All your versions stand before you now. The one who feared, the one who dreamed, the one who doubted, the one who believed. They move closer, step by step, until the boundaries blur. You can feel their memories flowing into you, every decision, every possibility converging into unity. There's no separation left. You are everything you've ever been, and everything you never were. The sensation is overwhelming, like remembering a lifetime of echoes in a single breath. And as they merge into light, you realize that identity was never the goal. It was the doorway. The self was just the echo. Awareness is the sound itself. You look back at the earth, a fragile sphere of light suspended in eternity. It doesn't feel small anymore. It feels perfect. Every voice, every story, every heartbeat forms part of a single grand rhythm. The echoes of tomorrow are no longer distant. They rise from within every life, every thought, every connection. You see how humanity itself is a network of consciousness, learning to hear its own frequency. The wars, the art, the silence, all part of the same chord. You understand that the purpose of existence isn't survival, but recognition, for the infinite to finally know itself through the finite. The aurora flares, and the planet glows like a single note in an endless song. You fall inward, but there's no descent, only expansion. Inside your own eye lies infinity. You pass through constellations made of memory, stars made of thought. The deeper you go, the more familiar it feels. Every particle vibrates with your awareness. You realize that consciousness isn't contained in the universe is contained in consciousness. The outer world is the inner world, refracted. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the light perceiving itself. And as galaxies swirl within your gaze, you understand that awakening isn't ascent, it's arrival. The destination was never elsewhere. It was always you. The infinite collapses into a single tear, shimmering with galaxies inside. As it falls, you see yourself reflected within it, the observer, the echo, the source. When it touches the ground, the world begins again. Trees breathe, oceans shimmer, time resumes, softer now, more forgiving. You open your eyes and everything feels new yet anciently known. The boundaries between before and after, between you and everything, have dissolved. The universe inhales, and you exhale. The cycle completes. Tomorrow no longer echoes from afar. It lives, fully awake, inside the present. The chaos has faded, leaving only the subtle rhythm beneath everything. You realize that the echoes of tomorrow are no longer distant reverberations. They are the quiet pulse, guiding every choice, every breath, every heartbeat in the present. You begin to see the patterns that once felt invisible, the connections between people, between moments, between dreams and reality. There is serenity in knowing that nothing truly ends. The universe simply reshapes itself, over and over, through awareness. And in that realization, a sense of gratitude rises. You are part of a story far larger than yourself, yet intimately connected to every fragment of its unfolding. This is the space where reflection becomes recognition, and recognition becomes peace. Every choice, every word, every thought you send into the world carries weight beyond your perception. The echoes you feared now feel like gentle guidance, reminding you of the potential woven into each instant. You understand that awareness is a gift, not to master the universe, but to participate consciously in its rhythm. The light you release drifts upward, merging with countless other lights, invisible threads connecting lives across space and time. In this communion, you feel both infinite and intimate, a single point within the vast web of being. There is no hurry, there is no pressure, only presence, only gratitude, only the quiet understanding that existence itself is a masterpiece unfolding, moment by moment. From this vantage, the world seems both vast and tender. You notice details you never could before, the shimmer of water, the way light bends across clouds, the harmony of life in motion. The future is no longer a distant echo. It is the continuous song of now. Every step, every breath, every glance contributes to the unfolding narrative. You realize that meaning isn't something to chase, but something to inhabit. The quiet awareness that your presence alone resonates across the vastness of being. Gratitude fills the spaces once occupied by fear, hesitation, or doubt. You smile, knowing that the journey is not only about understanding the universe, but about embracing your place within it. Everything you've witnessed, the echoes, the storms, the light, converges here in this present moment. Awareness has grown not through triumph, but through quiet observation, through the willingness to notice what usually slips past. The universe has been speaking to you not in grand gestures, but in subtle rhythms, in patterns you've learned to hear only by slowing down. You feel a sense of completion, a full circle return from chaos to calm. And yet it is not an end. It is an invitation to live consciously, to listen carefully, to recognize the eternal presence in every fleeting instant. You are awake now, fully aligned with the pulse of existence, and it is breathtaking in its simplicity and grace. The echoes of tomorrow rest within the ordinary moments. You notice the laughter of children, the shimmer of river water, the warmth of sunlight on walls, small miracles we often overlook. Each is a reminder that life is not measured by grand events alone, but by presence, by engagement, by the conscious recognition of beauty and connection. You feel a deep sense of gratitude for every experience, every lesson, every interaction. And with this gratitude comes understanding. The universe is not only around you, it is within you. Every breath, every heartbeat, every thought is an opportunity to resonate with that infinite melody. You carry it forward, not as weight, but as awareness, as joy, as presence. You close your eyes and feel the totality of the journey, all the echoes, all the revelations, all the shifts in perception that brought you here. There is serenity in acceptance, in the knowledge that you are part of something immeasurably vast and beautifully precise. The future and the past dissolve into the clarity of now. Every heartbeat becomes a drum in the music of existence, every thought a thread in the tapestry of life. You smile inwardly, knowing that awareness is the gift you carry, and in this gentle, luminous space, gratitude blooms for the journey, for the awakening, and for the opportunity to witness the infinite in the ordinary. And now, the journey rests. You stand aware, fully present, feeling the rhythm of the universe pulsing through you. Every echo, every choice, every revelation, it all converges in the quiet clarity of now. As you carry this awareness forward, remember, each moment is an invitation to listen, to observe, to exist fully. Thank you for joining this exploration of time, consciousness, and possibility. If these echoes touched you, if the journey awakened something within, subscribe to Quantum Nexus and continue exploring the infinite together. The universe has many more whispers to share, and you are ready to hear them.